All right.
Oh, it's yours.
Oh,
That's fine.
yeah. Great.
All right.
All right, we have 0 viewers on today.
Yay.
Welcome, everyone. So
Welcome.
nice to have you with us.
This
Babe, we should do more of this. This is fun.
is fun. Yeah.
Okay.
How do we know when people are joining us?
Well, it has 0 viewers right here. That's the number of viewers.
Right.
So I think we'll probably bring it halfway in between. How's that?
I just want to make sure I get my new cleavage. New, because I found a new bra. It's still the same cleavage as before. It just looks better.
Mind if I jump in your room?
Not at all.
I'm sitting down.
Not at all. Just, yeah, probably. Let me just help you out real quick. Let's see. Probably be good looking this way, actually. It's a nice
Okay. Yeah.
And then let's just give me a chair. You got that? Word. Thanks for doing this with us, Jay. All right, so we're on it, so we should see you on it in a second.
How are we going to record it?
Just right on it. You just press record.
Cool.
Okay, so I just wanted to do this real quick.
Are we still on?
We are on. And we still have 0 viewers. So we're cool.
Cool.
So let's just do this. So Johnny, totally just do whatever, and just so you know, we're doing like a conference call video thing. So not that that's to change your life too much, but just so you know.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Nope.
You want to keep it? You like it or not like it?
I think it shows people that there's a link. I think it's fine. It gives people a sense of what's going on.
Oh, that looks nicer.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be a bigger image.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jay, where you at? Oh, you're in. How do we interact with you?
What's that?
How do we interact with you?
I should just come right.
This is so funny.
Wait, I just clicked on the calendar event thing.
Not the
It took
count.
me to a hangout. I'm in a hangout right now, but it says I'm the first one in there.
No. But that's not the link that you posted.
Yeah,
Click that
that's
link.
right.
Does that mean we have another person?
That does mean we have another person.
Yes.
So if you're on this Google Hangout, we don't know who you are, but it says that there's 1 viewer. So just hold tight for 1 second, and we're just kind of working through our final pieces to get it all set up. I know, I'll let you entertain them.
Just bounce and shake my hands. I'm curious to know who you are. I hope you've had an awesome day. We're excited to have this call, and it should be fun. We've got Jay, who's going to be interviewing us, and funny enough, he's actually in the other room. So it's funny to hear him. Yeah, to hear him talking through here, but also on here. So I think we're going to start shortly.
You do it with each other, That's not it. That's the one I sent you way back. That's not it.
Yeah, hello for anyone who's just joined on. I see we've got a few more viewers. So we're just setting up a few of our technical stuff. I'm waiting for Corey to get back, and we're about ready to get started. So for anyone who's joining, excited that you're on this journey with us, and here we go.
Yeah, well, we're just moments away. This is actually the first time we've done a Google Hangout interview type thing, so we're kind of learning some of the technology pieces. And
What are we needing to
Hey Jay,
do here?
Hey, honestly, dude, we got like 7 people on right now. Just come on out here. There's nothing for you. Let's have a conversation. What's up? Okay.
I love it. Last minute changes, woohoo!
Oh, there we go.
It's me.
It's Jay.
Bam. There it is. There you are. There you are. And then go ahead and shut the order too, because we're getting feedback. Boom. All right.
Cool. Good.
How are you feeling tonight, Adele?
I'm good.
You excited to talk about All In for All Life?
I am excited to talk about All In for All Life.
Are you feeling all in?
I'm feeling all in.
So we have Jay Brown, who's just about to pop in, and we should see him come in any second. Again, to the new folks that are coming in, we're just moments away from getting live, so just get comfy. Hopefully you got some like popcorn or
some water, something to hydrate.
Jay, hey there, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Woohoo! Six.
It works.
I love
It works. What I love about what's behind you is a beautiful picture of Buddha and the painting of the word love.
That's what we're all about, right?
That's it, man.
Nice symbolism.
And the picture of the African kids behind you with school benches on their heads looks like a picture that I might have taken myself in Kenya. In fact, it is a picture that I took in Kenya.
Yeah, that's awesome right there. I'm so excited to be on this call with you two. So excited for what you two are going to share with the world. March 28th coming up, and so I'd love to dive in, just get started, and open up the box of fun, of joy, of learning, of passion, of play, of, awesomeness all together in one.
We're excited to be interviewed by a man with a mohawk.
Woo! Let's get it started. So, everyone, world, we have Corey Glazier, Adele Juliet here today. We're going to dive into a really awesome message, the All In for All Life ethos that's created by my brother here, Corey Glazier, and Adele by his side, supporting in such a grand way. I'm really excited for what you two are doing, and I think the best way to begin this journey is to really get to know the two of you, where you've come from, and how you got to this point where this is what you two are doing today. That's what I'm interested in, and I think other people are interested in the same thing. So I'd like to start by just really getting a background on the both of you. Whoever wants to start or jump in, go for it. Like, give us, where you're from, where you were born, what did you do, and how did you get to today?
Thank you so much for the question, Jay. And before I answer, can you counsel me on how we record this video?
It's already recording.
It's recording?
Yeah, it's already recording because it's a Google Hangout broadcast, and it's already recording, so we're good to go.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you, Jay.
You're welcome.
Adele, would you like to take the first stab at a little bit about yourself and how you got here?
Yeah.
What motivates you around this?
The juicy stuff too. Don't give us the, The PG stuff, we want the rated R, rated X, everything.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I don't know. I wasn't expecting
I
to
promise
go.
this would be a juicy conversation. So let's make it juicy. Try not to get anything on the screen because we still want to see you, though. You know?
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Jay. Jay, for those of you watching, Jay said that he was going to make sure this stayed fun, and I think you're doing a great job, Jay.
Jay is great at bringing in the playful, by the way.
Oh,
It's
totally.
kind of his specialty.
Yeah, I'm really good at just kind of being super intense and serious, and Jay keeps me light.
Yeah.
So, Adele, the XXX version of how you got
Oh, where to begin? I'm passionate about quality of life, and that's what's really real for me. I spent time working as an urban planner. I fell in love with just the way that our environment influences us and the ways that we can really just live more alive and just live happier lives by really understanding what adds quality to them. And I've kind of adopted this lifestyle of being the adventurer and really kind of doing the thing that scares me most and really stretching myself to ask new questions and learn what there really is to learn and to really receive as much as I can from the experiences that I have and receive what I now call as all that life has to offer. And so through kind of my own journey of really just diving into the unknown and embracing, just the uncertainty of, leaving my condo, leaving my friends, my family, and starting, fresh in California, finding these new and amazing people in my life who've really been inspiring me, surrounding myself with new people, kind of exploring new ways of living, new alternative lifestyles, and really connecting to, I want to live a life that is the highest quality imaginable. And I also want to be surrounded by people who want the same thing. And then from there, really it felt like, okay, well, if I'm going to receive all there is to receive from life, then how can I better give myself so that I know I'm making a positive impact, so that I can have more of a contribution? And is there really a way for me to receive and enjoy life to its fullest and do what I love most while also having this positive impact in the world? And if there is, how do I start? How do I get enrolled in that conversation? And so a lot of the people who I've met in the last year have really helped me find, how I can do what it is I love while really adding value. And I've watched as it's really unfolded in my life, and I really am now in a place of wanting to inspire that same sort of change and that same sort of lifestyle for others. So it's really the things that have motivated me in my own, I call it radical transformation, are the same things that I want to start having conversations with other people about and find out maybe how I can, offer my lens of experience and my lens of perspective to really, have us all feel like we're doing what we love, we're loving our lives, and we're adding a positive impact to the lives of others.
A couple things I want to add about Adele that she didn't mention is she's really an amazing dancer.
Mm-hmm.
And one of, I think, her special pieces of her own personal Swiss Army knife is her ability to dance in ferocious joy and to inspire other people to find their own expression. And I know that she's inspired me and others, which I think is really important to quality of life, because I don't think that we're really feeling alive unless we're really expressing all of our feelings. And dance and movement is a phenomenal way to do that. And so that's one way that I've seen you really help to unlock that in yourself and others around you. And another thing about her is what she said in passing. She said real quick, she says she does the thing that scares her most. That's not something that she says lightly. I've seen it in her life over and over and over again, where she's made decisions around financial risks and around putting her heart on the line and around various different types of relationship circumstances in so many ways where there's been something really hard in front of her, and she's had the choice to be able to kind of play it safe or go all in, and she's done the thing that scared her most over and over again. And I've seen that lead to a growth and exploration and expansion in herself as a being. So just total honoring to you as all that you are.
That's pretty awesome. And I've witnessed you dancing, and as I've said before, and I'll say again, that's something I want you to share with the world and more of the world. And the more you do that, I think the more healing that we'll receive, and the more healing that you'll receive as a result of it. Now, I wanted to go into a statement you made in your share, Adele, when you spoke about transformation. What I understand about transformation and what ignites transformation for most people is usually a pain point, right? So what was that for you? What was the breaking point for you? And you have permission to be completely vulnerable right now. What was that breaking point for you that ignited that transformation, or this desire for you to want to do what you're doing today?
Yeah, I had what I had thought was my dream job. I was working as a consultant, designing cities and neighborhoods, communities for quality of life, and I was super stressed. I was overwhelmed, and I was even just reminding myself, and Corey I was sharing with him this weekend how I used to have these anxiety breakdowns. Basically, I would get so stressed out, I would start hyperventilating because I felt like I had too much to do and I didn't have enough time to do it in, and I was working, sometimes till 4 a.m. in the morning for this consulting firm that I really loved, and I really knew I had a good job, and I felt like I should be really grateful and proud. I felt successful, but I was not happy, and I was clearly overwhelmed and stressed out, and so I ended up losing my job, which was a blessing in disguise. But it was the day that I think it was the day that the company let me go, and it was for reasons that weren't related to the work I was doing, but it was an opportunity for me to rethink the way that I had been living. And I remember that was a day where everything shifted, because I felt like I'm not going to go back to trying to be this successful woman, and that I had taken that path and I had done what I thought I should do in order to be successful and to live this kind of lifestyle that I thought I was supposed to live. And that was a big moment for me, because I didn't go and search for another job. I decided instead that I was going to travel, and I was going to take time to really experience what quality of life really was, and that I wasn't just going to talk about it and plan it for other people, but I was actually, for the first time ever, going to really just experience it. And so I started traveling and a number of other things that really had me just find that place of being and really better appreciate every moment of life, which until then it was just passing me by so quickly that I felt like I wasn't actually really experiencing the fullness that I knew was available, but I was so overwhelmed I didn't even know how to access it. So I think that was a you could call it a breaking point, you could call it my rock bottom. It was the day that I lost my job that really just changed everything for me.
Thank you. I admire your courage, for doing what you did after that moment in time where, you lost your job, but you actually gained much more, from that loss, and commend you for that journey that you've taken. It's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Glazier over there. Let the world know, man. Like, where were you born? What did you do during your childhood? I want to know. I want to know as well.
Yeah. Born and raised, actually, San Diego. So I'm like San Diego OG.
Rare breed.
Yeah. Born and raised, and I love San Diego. I've kind of been out of the box since the beginning. Gave my parents a hard time, kind of always trying to like negotiate with my mom to like figure out a better way of doing stuff. And I was never a kid that they could fit into any kind of like norm or category. I was kind of like that guy who's trying to figure out a new way of doing things. Dropped out of high school when I was 16 because I just wanted to run my own. I wanted to chart my own path. And that led to about a 10-year phase of some different entrepreneurial activities, several years of international travel, traveled to about 25, 26 different countries, Central America, East Africa, West Africa, Southeast Asia, Middle East, etc. So saw a lot of the world, had a lot of experiences. I started and ran a nonprofit organization for about 3 years doing community development projects in eastern Kenya. So I became really intimately connected to extreme poverty and some of the ways to help to empower communities to improve their living conditions. And you know, since I was a little kid, I've always known that I just wanted to kind of just give all that I could to make the world a better place. And I used to say little things like, I want to change the world, or I want to save the world, and I didn't really know what that meant. I didn't even understand all the problems, but I just had a sense that the world needed saving, and maybe I was going to be the person to save it. That was just kind of the thought and feeling that I had. And then, you know, to answer the question that you asked Adele, which you might ask me, so I'll just kind of anticipate that, where a lot of my oomph came from is there's a couple near-death experiences that I had. One was a kind of train situation where I fell underneath a moving train while I was trying to jump on like a moron. I was abducted by Hezbollah, which is a radical Islamic organization in Lebanon, when I was there traveling, and I thought that that might be the end of me. Had some other kind of weird, crazy experiences that I felt like my life was really on the line, and each time coming out of them felt as though I was living off of borrowed time and feeling like I very well could have just experienced the end of me. So, you know, whether it was God or angels or whatever, I kind of stuck around, and so ever since these experiences, many of them were kind of in my early 20s, I just decided, hey, I'm going to just go all in to be able to make a positive contribution, because I recognize that life is obviously fragile and life is a finite experience, and that my kind of mortal body and just where that like the world knows me as, that's Corey Glazier in the flesh, my body's going to be in a pit rotting one day, you know, and so I think I think we know that we're all going to end up, you know, 6 feet under ashes one day, and because of it, we get to choose what we want to do with the life that we have here. And while our life is finite, I've come to understand that the impact we can make can be infinite, and that's just a choice on if we desire to really understand and feel the pain in the world, the pain of people, the pain of the environment, the pain of a lot of the systems and structures on the planet. And if we choose to say, hey, you know what, I want to be a revolutionary in my own right, to be able to shift this, change this, improve this, overcome this, create a new upgraded version of this, be a thought leader in this realm, whatever it is, I kind of came to feel that, hey, I and anyone can choose to leave a lasting legacy of positivity that future generations can even experience. We can make the world better for ourselves, for those around us. But if we really kind of go all in, if you will, all in for all life, then we can make the world a better place for generations who haven't even been born yet. In the same way that generations of the past did their work that led to the very experience that we're having today. And our life is completely built upon the work and the passion of previous generations. And so it makes me wonder if previous generations afford me this type of lifestyle with these types of technological understandings and philosophical understandings and spiritual understandings, then what contribution can I make, or what contribution can we make that can dictate the possibilities of future generations to experience? So finite life, infinite impact, I'm all in.
Beautiful, man. Wow. Always inspiring. You've always been one to inspire me. Now I have a really, I think this will be a fun question.
Of course it will.
All in for all life. You have an immersion coming up at the end of this month on the 28th through the 30th, right?
Yeah.
Which means that, you know, if I'm going, then I'm going to spend the night with you, the day with you. I mean, a good amount of time with you. So why would I want to spend time with the both of you? What's cool about you? What's fun about you? What am I going to enjoy of spending my time with you two?
So this is where the triple X-ing comes in, right?
I want to know, like, you got 30 seconds to capture me right now. Go.
Yeah. How do we capture me in 30 seconds? All right, so here's the deal. 3 days, 2 nights, an epic estate in a very spiritual and sacred land in Ojai. 5 acres of gorgeous land all to ourselves. A private chef cooking epic, organic, vegetable-based meals. And a group of people that that are worth deepening in relationship with, because those relationships can be able to be lifelong relationships, and content and experiences that will really help to unlock parts of you that you can kind of feel are on the edge of being unlocked, and unlock parts of you that open up your soul to feel more of the love that's available in the world, and to see more of the beauty that's available in the world, while also getting more clarity on the positive impact that you can make, and getting more clarity on how you can leverage the things that you're passionate about to be able to serve those around you, and even more sexy, how you can leverage the things that you're passionate about to be able to make the world a better place for future generations to come. You know, there's a lot of people who are talking about next quarter, right? The corporate landscape of America revolves around producing value for next quarter. And frankly, I'm calling bullshit on that model, because that model is never going to help us to solve the big problems that we have today, both economically, societally, and most importantly, environmentally. And so we need to start to think about how the work and efforts that we're doing today can send positive ripples out into future generations. And this immersion weekend is intended to help to really ignite that conversation, get additional clarity, get additional creativity, get additional accountability, and with the tools of both presence and contribution, we intend to just spin our participants out to a more elevated version of life than the one they came into the event with.
Whew.
Ooh.
That sounds juicy. I want to go.
Yeah, sign me up. Can I get 2 of those, please?
You know, we're combining a lot of things. You know, I've been a personal coach, life coach. Adele is just a phenomenal conversationalist, helping people to really get to their transformational edges and beyond. And we're bringing just all of our background experience and all of our passion that we've got moving forward. And actually, the All In for All Life, a new and timeless ethos, is a book in the making. And so some of the things we're going to be discussing are actually things that are going to be published in this upcoming book that no one's ever seen before. So a lot of brand new content and a lot of synthesized ideas that have been packaged and ready for you and for the folks that will be there, that I think can give people an upper hand and an edge to be able to work towards actualizing their dreams.
I love the concept, and I already know that there's going to be a lot of value in what you bring to the table. Adele, you want to say something real quick? I see this.
I do. I really just, I'm holding this value and really like honoring what Corey just said in terms of like the intention behind what we really want to share with everyone and the conversations we want to have. And also, I really like my energy is going into creating an incredible experience. And having it be really fun and really
Totally fun.
Playful and really like finding our expressionist.
And super classy.
The property speaks classy, and in fact, if you, anyways, we can send you a link, like to even just get photos of this property. It's pretty epic, and we had an event up there at the end of January, and you know, it was so great to just spend some time with our friends and, you know, really dive into what it feels like to be living in community and to feel that coming together and to feel, you know, the communal dinners and this like family style way of living. And for me, that's something that I've really desired. I think that at times in my life I've found that with certain groups of friends, but there might have always been that feeling of something lacking, like it was sort of surface. And my desire was to feel a deeper sense of connection and a deeper sense of purpose with the people who I was around. And that last event that we had, like that was the feeling that people left with, was like, this is what it's really supposed to feel like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think almost everyone spoke into that. Like, this feels like family. This is tribe. This is the way we want to live. Like, people were even at the end of that weekend talking about, like, let's live like this. Let's adopt this way of being. Like, this is so good. We don't want it to be just one weekend. We want this to be our way of life. And so, if anything else, it's also an experience to really feel like what it is to come together in community and to live together and to be together and sing together and dance together and eat together and just all those things that make life great, and how much better they are when we are experiencing them together. So, and having fun while doing it. Mm-hmm. So I think that is a huge piece of the of what we're intending to create with this weekend, and really wanting everyone to drive away with that feeling of full. Like, we've not only really, you know, experienced what's possible, but we're also just more connected to ourselves, to each other, to the environment. And to really feel that sense of belonging, that sense of community, and to leave with this sense of clarity as well.
So above and beyond the evolutionary content, which of course I love to just kind of talk all about, but that's kind of the conceptual geek in me. The experience that Dell's talking about is really worth opening your ears for, because all the parts in between the content and the experiential components of the immersion kind of workshop retreat will just be super juicy and super fun. And the communal meals and everything, Adele didn't mention, there's a beautiful hot tub outside. There's a private sauna out there. There's big yurts where we'll have kind of dancing in the evenings. Just the whole property has just like really gorgeous trees, and the mountainsides are really beautiful. Very little cell phone reception, so we're pretty much just off grid and can disconnect from technology and connect to each other. So it's a real kind of a needed break that I think a lot of people have, to just disconnect and connect to self, which there will be plenty of time and space for, and connect to community, which there'll be plenty of time and space for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the last thing I might say, just to get back to the content, because that's what I like talking about the most, is I think that something magical happens when a person gets being all in for all life. Because this means really a couple things. One, it means we recognize the finite nature of our lives, and so we decide to go all in to live every single moment of all of life, because we don't know when it's going to end, right? So we're just all available. Another piece of what it means that we're willing to receive all that life has to give us. The good, the amazing, the beautiful, the powerful, as well as the weird and the scary and the frustrating and the terrible and the heartbreak. Just we learn to be able to embody that receptive vessel that can feel into all the nuances of life, receive it all, and feel so alive in all of those pieces. And while being in a position of maximizing positive contribution and really giving and really orienting our lives and our professions and our energies in a way that isn't just meeting our own needs, but is really making the world a better place in a very legitimate way. And so what happens when all these things start to come together is we start to see that people kind of shift, and not shift like change, but they start to just kind of evolve into a way where their work becomes their play and their play becomes their work, and they love what they're doing so much they can't really distinguish between work and play anymore. And that's the ultimate end goal that I personally want so badly for the folks that join this event and the folks that listen to the All In for All Life conversation, because it's only in that place, when your work has become your play and your play has become your work and you're engaged in things that are changing the world, that you find true happiness. Because you can't chase happiness. Happiness isn't a thing that's like at the end of the road, if you get there, you're going to find happiness there. Happiness is an emergent property that comes when we're both feeling present and feeling alive and feeling all that life has to offer, and giving what we can in the service and contribution of others. It's when we're doing both of those things simultaneously that happiness emerges, that fulfillment and satisfaction emerges, that joy emerges. And so that's why I love to get people on a track of being present and making contribution, because then they unlock the deepest cavities and capacities of happiness within themselves.
You explained that so well, and I can relate to it so well, because that's where I'm at now. You know, I really love what I'm doing and being present with what I'm doing, knowing that I'm making an impact in other people's lives, and I'm completely happy. And, you know, one of the things that you spoke into a little bit about this event is the people that are going to be there, right? And that's really what's important. On the top of my priority list when I'm going to any type of thing like what you're sharing today is who's going to be there. Content, of course, is really important, but I think, like myself, everyone is also wondering, well, who am I going to be around for the next couple of days? And that's really important to me. I think it's going to be important to others as well. And I know that you guys have an application process, which means that you are selecting a certain type of individual. So I'd love for you to share with me, well, what kind of individuals, what kind of people are you attracting, and who are they? Like, give us a little avatar of this individual.
I'd love for Adele to answer that question. And right before she does, I want to ask you a question, Jay.
Go for it.
You were at the last event that we had at this property.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about the types of people that were a part of that event?
Like Adele had mentioned, I felt like this is my family. It's what I had dreamed of for such a long time, to have that type of atmosphere, that type of connection and love and everything with my own family. And something that I very rarely tasted, you know, with my own family. So to have that with people that I have not known for a long time speaks a lot into what type of people were there in that room. And I was amazed by the level of just, it's really just so hard to describe. I mean, I'm getting the feeling right now, I'm getting goosebumps just even thinking about some moments that occurred, you know, during that weekend. And I felt so blessed and just grateful to be in the presence of such amazing, wonderful people that are there for the right reasons. And I'm excited for what you two are doing, because I believe, you know, I already know what you attracted then, so I'm excited to know, or excited to experience what's going to happen at the end of this month.
And you are planning on being there, correct?
I will be there, yes, no doubt.
Yeah. That's awesome. Adele, what types of people are we looking to bring into this event?
Well, I think it goes without saying that it's important to us, it's important to, you know, it should be important to all of us that we look to surround ourselves with the best people.
Right.
And really, you know, we've put this invitation out there to our networks, to the networks of the people who are closest to us, and we trust that the invitation will find itself in front of the right people, but also the people who really resonate with who we are and the message that we're sharing. And looking at the applications and the responses that have been coming in, you know, we're finding that it's a great caliber of people, and we've got a lot of our friends who have committed to and are interested in coming, and so we're really wanting this caliber to be high because we want to have a great experience too. I mean, these are people who, you know, we're all going to be spending time with. We're at this, you know, lovely property. We're all together for the full weekend, so it's not just we really want to have the best quality, highest caliber of people there possible.
And it's not just about like caliber, like, you know, you're a good person or you're attractive or you're, you know, successful or wealthy or you don't smell bad. It's not necessarily caliber from some of those standpoints, but it's really caliber from your desire to evolve as a being, your desire to feel alive, your desire to make the world a better place. It's those desires that Adele's speaking into when she references caliber. Mm-hmm. And so you'll know that you're supposed to be at that event if those are things that are important to you. Mm-hmm. Because it's a way to be surrounded by people that are also on that same journey. Because not everybody cares the same amount. Not everybody is craving their own personal expansion. Not everybody is saying, how can I feel more alive today because I just can't get enough of life. Not everybody is saying, you know what, it's important to me that I live my life in such a way that makes the world a better place for other people. Not everybody's asking those questions. But if you are asking those questions and you're looking for a deeper sense of empowerment, community, and accountability in order to actualize those things, then this weekend is absolutely for you. Mm. And that's the caliber of people that we're looking for to bring this. This
beautiful. It's so beautiful. Mm. Again, I'm excited for that. I already have a sense of who those type of individuals are because I'm obviously your housemate and you know what type of people you run with, and always amazing people, always inspiring, always about contribution and making the biggest impact in this world. And, you know, that's what I've been aspiring to do for a long time, doing now, and so I know if I want to continue to become that, I have to surround myself with people that are like that, and I know that's what I expect, you know, at this event coming up, and again, I'm excited for that opportunity to be around greatness.
Let me say one more thing about the types of folks that we hope come. Mm-hmm. There's magic that happens in a chemical reaction. The two chemicals might kind of chill out without doing much, and then you insert a certain amount of energy, and all of a sudden the chemical reaction occurs. But the chemical reaction didn't occur until that energy was kind of put into it, just like a match. It's sitting there. You have to strike it first before it can kind of light up. And I think that there's a lot of folks, some people that might be watching this video, that have that latent power and that passion and that desire, but there might be kind of something a little bit off, or something in the way, or something blocking, or something that feels like it's kind of preventing them from really accessing their greatness, or just like a splinter in the soul that they're just trying to sort out because they know what they're called to be, but they're still kind of working to be able to get past some of the sticky places. That's the exact place in life that these All In for All Life immersion weekends are designed for, because together with our collective energy we can come together, and with community and with content and with experiences we can blow past some of those barriers, and we can blow past some of the things that have previously limited a person when they're siloed within their own experience. When they can step into community and step into a real transformational zone, then together we can help people to be able to catapult into this like next version of themselves. And so if you feel like you might be right on the cusp of something big, either the cusp of a big internal kind of expansion or the cusp of some business success or external expansion, and you need some support to be able to get things to the next level, then I think that you're going to find that type of support at this kind of a weekend. And few things are more exhilarating to me as an individual than supporting people in those transitional times, those kind of transformational times where we draw a line in the sand together. And we were on one side before, and then we kind of look at that line with intimidation a little bit, and this line is implying our greatness, and this line is implying kind of overcoming our fears, and this line is implying that we're going to be able to make the impact we've always cared to make, but for some reason we've been afraid to step across that line. And together we can just step across that line ferociously and fearlessly, and then be on the other side, so that we leave the immersion weekend, and for sure you're still 99% the same person, but enough has shifted and enough has expanded that you'll forever be on the other side of that line. And then it's yours to be able to sort out how you act moving forward, but with kind of a new frame around your life experience. And you look in the mirror and you're going to see somebody different than you saw at the beginning of the weekend.
Let's continue on this path of transformation, because I know in our community here in Encinitas, and this is a hotbed for transformation, right? There's a lot of people looking to grow and enhance themselves. And there's also a lot of opportunities and workshops and seminars and all this jazz that are offered out there. So my question to you two is, what's going to make going to this immersion, the All In for All Life immersion, so unique? I mean, I know, Corey, you like to run around with your tights on. I know that's going to be, that's not unique for me, maybe unique for others, right? That's cool. And maybe a baby strapped, and your child's strapped in front of you. But give us something that, or give me something. I want to know what's going to be unique about this experience.
Do you want to take it? Me too.
Well, let's together. But for me, I feel like there's a few things. First of all, I feel I want to go into the playfulness and say that this is going to be fun. This is going to be. I know how much you like.
Go there, because I'm not going to.
Okay.
So I already know what I'm going to say.
Go there because I know where Corey's going already.
Go playful.
I think really part of this intention is to draw out of each individual experiences that would otherwise never have been had, and to push people to playful edges, and to expansive edges, and to new artistic and creative edges. And that might look like a lot of different things, but
taking
in ways that are. What's that?
It looked like us taking our clothes off? Is that what it might be?
Maybe for you. And we're not ruling anything out, of course. Like, you're free to do whatever you want to do. But I think the experiences I'm talking about are really more like playful, fun experiences that might involve cooking, that might involve dancing, that might involve just experiencing life in new ways. And I think that ties into the second piece I wanted to share, which is really providing us all with practices. For me, a lot of the events I've gone to in the past have felt like getting into a hot bath, right? Like, it feels really good while we're in it, and all of a sudden, like, our whole bodies are just like warm, we're feeling better, but then the moment we get out, we're cold again. And I think that without the proper practices, we're not actually rooted in the real thing that becomes tangible. Like, how can we actually carry this great, amazing, warm, fuzzy feeling into the rest of our lives? And so by grounding all of the experience in practice that can be done again and again and carried out on a consistent basis, that really, I believe, is what allows us to not have that hot bath effect, but to really, to really ensure that what we're creating lasts, and that feeling can be recreated at any time.
I love that. As I said, that's a definitely a pain point for me. Is a lot of workshops and seminars that I've gone to, you get inspired, so inspired, and
Yeah.
then a week later you're just back to your old shit again, you know. And so I'm glad that you're recognizing that and also putting into place, you know, strategies and plans to make sure that people get something beautiful out of it and they actually grow and get value from the experience. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
You wanna know what makes it different? Because
Are we kissing? What's going on?
no, I'm just leaning in real close because I want to tell you what makes it different. You want to know what makes it different, Jay?
Yes, I want to know.
Because only at an All In for All Life immersion weekend does it start with these words: "You are going to die."
Jay, why are you laughing?
It's the truth of the matter, and I think that that's one of the most important things for us to really accept, because until we accept our impermanence, we don't really fully unlock our capacity to live incredibly. And we accept the death so we can overcome the fear of death, and then we can just get on to living. And we find that really connecting to that concept is a huge piece that unlocks people's personal growth, as well as unlocks their passion to be able to create value in the world for others instead of just themselves. Because workshops that are about how to be able to get rich are completely bullshit, in my opinion, from the stance of the fact that there's an implication in that workshop or in that seminar that says, if you get rich, you'll be happy. It says, how does the workshop or the seminar start out? Imagine your dream car, imagine your dream vacation, imagine your dream home, imagine your dream whatever. And a lot of times we're imagining dream things that are tangible consumer items that don't have any happiness available in them. And so if we're pursuing happiness, we have to get out from the how to get rich conversations, and we have to get into the how to make it impact as a human being. You know, at the end of the day, David Deida, who's a rock star author, speaking about men, says that what men are most driven by is their ability to have purpose, their ability to actually make the world a better place in a meaningful way. And when I interact with professionals in the corporate world that are 40, 50, 60 years old, I hear them say the same thing. They say, hey, I've been creating value for companies for 3-4 decades, but I'm not really sure that I've created value for society. Right? And so what's super important to connect to happiness and to contextualize our lives by something bigger than ourselves, by something meaningful, is to really connect to purpose and connect to contribution. And so those are the things that we talk about at All In for All Life that, again, nobody else is talking about. I'll ask you a question like, what way is your life going to have an impact on people living 7 generations from now? Okay. I don't know what other workshop or seminar is asking questions like that, and really exploring the reality of that question, you know. And we're gonna explore things like new words that we've made up. These are new words that you're not going to find in other seminars because we actually made them up ourselves. And one of those words is momently. It's an adverb that describes how you do something. And part of being all in for all life is understanding the way that we show up in the given moments. Not the seconds, not the microseconds, but the moments of life. And how are we being in that moment? And what beauty are we noticing? What love are we feeling? And are we willing to feel the pain of ourselves? And are we willing to feel the pain of other people? And are we willing to feel the pain of the species that are going extinct? And are we willing to feel the pain of the acid rain in Nigeria that's making their crops no longer fertile, which is increasing the poverty? And I could just give 1,000 situations of pain in the world. And in every given moment, are we feeling this pain? And conversely, are we feeling the love? Because if we are able to have those momently experiences, then it unlocks all of the rest of the pieces of our lives, because we're out of the cognitive frames, we're out of the stories, because we're just in the present moment. And as we all know, Eckhart Tolle and the rest, when you're in that present moment, there's really no disturbance and there's really no distraction. So if we can get into the present moment and we can be oriented towards making the world a better place, then I think we've really found the secret sauce for living a life that matters. And that's what the All In for All Life immersion weekends are all about.
That's juicy, man. It's super juicy. I love it. Totally love it. So is there any other information that people out there need to know or that you guys would like to share about this this weekend?
Yeah, a couple pieces. It's going to be real communal. So you know, we've got some private rooms, we've got some great rooms. A number of people will be crashing in some of these great rooms, so it's not going to be like everyone's got their own bedroom kind of a thing. So it'll be real fun, real open, real co-ed kind of a thing. We're getting started around noon on Friday. People are arriving between noon and 2 p.m. on Friday the 28th up in Ojai. Ojai is about an hour north of Los Angeles. People don't need to worry about anything once they get there. We'll have all the food there. We'll have all the experiences kind of ready to rock and roll. And then we'll just have a deep dive. It's 3 days. It's 2 nights. The days will be full of awesomeness. The nights will be full of awesomeness. There'll still be space in between for everyone to connect together. It's not going to be like a rigorous, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. kind of content, like super load. And then by the end of, we'll be wrapping into our closing circle on Sunday afternoon, and kind of basking in the experience that we had. People don't need to bring anything special, just themselves and a little kind of weekend kit of clothes and being, what they need to be comfortable. Anything else that's really popping for you, that details that people want to know about?
Not details, but what is popping for me is this feeling like, I remember when I was working a lot of long hours, and it always felt so good going up to a cottage with a group of friends to just really disconnect and kind of, set my phone down, not worry about email. And as much as this weekend really is rooted in what we want to learn and what we want to, discuss and all of those pieces, there's this component about the weekend that is also really about meeting a new group of people, exposing yourself to just new perspectives, and at the same time getting that weekend away. Like there is this real retreat-like feel to the weekend immersion that we're offering. And so, for those of you who are out there who might still feel like you're in that place of like doing and doing and doing, and you might just need a space to unwind, I think that this weekend is something that we're really offering for those of you who are looking to just kind of disconnect but reconnect.
Yeah, I couldn't reinforce that enough, that even though I kind of really get real big in my kind of this is going to change your life and all that stuff, I believe that it will. It will be fairly low-key, actually. And our job is to create the most poignant experiences that are also as simple and as concise as possible, so it feels really spacious in between. And if you want to just just stay in your PJs all weekend long and just kick up your feet on the couch and just listen and just have the experiences and connect to the people, you can really kind of feel that, hey, I'm chilling out in my own kind of weekend cottage situation, and just drinking the green smoothies and listening to the beautiful birds outside. And a lot of our experience will be outside too. So if you want to connect to nature, definitely this is the thing for you. I get uncomfortable if I'm inside all weekend, so we'll have a lot of sunshine, and I think it'll feel both like you were transformed, filled, and also rejuvenated. How's that sound?
Yeah, the relax and the rejuvenation piece is big.
I definitely felt fired up. I mean, all those things that you just listed after the event in January, it was just absolutely amazing, incredible in so many different ways. And I know now this is like round two, so it's just going to get better. So if it's even 20% of what it was last time, I know that's going to be fabulous. And
How about 200%?
I know that because I know you're all out. You know,
You're just getting warmed up.
You know that.
I don't know if you know this today or not, but we're all in. You see.
Yeah. Well, I see it. I mean, every day I see the dedication that you two bring to the table, how hard you work for the purpose and the benefit of others. And so I get to see that on the regular basis, on the everyday basis, and I'm inspired by that. And not only that, I want to share that with as many people as possible, which is why I'm here today interviewing the both of you, because I want them to know what it is that they're getting themselves into and how special it is, how rare it is, and how beautiful it is. And so for the opportunity to be just around you two for me is big enough value, and to know you're going to I'm going to be surrounded with people that are like you and like-minded. I'm excited for that. I know I'm going to shift, and it's never going to be the same, and I'm so ready for that. I'm ready to die. So let's do it.
Jay, you're amazing.
I have one last question for you, Jay.
What's that?
You've been around the All In for All Life message for a couple months now. How has it affected you in your life?
How has it affected me? It's affected me by seeing the people that you inspire and the impact that it's made in their life. Like, you've keynoted a few of the events that I've done, and to watch how people blossom and how they just are ignited into a new realm of possibilities through what it is that you share and the conversations that ensue as a result of it. I have a new framework by which I operate from, and that comes from what you have shared, what you've created with this message. And I love being guided by a bright star, and that's what I see the All In for All Life ethos and the message is. It's such a bright star in, you know, a world that can seem so dark. And as a result of that, I have this like push and this motivation that's just absolutely amazing. And I thank you for sharing the insights that you've downloaded from the universe and brought into this world, into reality, and now you're sharing it with others. And I believe it's going to drive even more people to that place that we all want to go, where we find harmony within ourselves internally and externally in our reality, with the people that we surround ourselves with and experiences that we create for ourselves. So it's all about creating that experience, and I believe that the principles that you have brought together can guide us to that place, and I'm excited to walk on this journey with you. I'm on this journey with you to the day I die.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. For those of you watching, Jay and his partner April run a sister brand called the Evolution Room. It goes by Evo Room. They do a lot of local events, and I've personally seen dozens of people go through their experiences in their events and come out transformed on the other side. And they bring in speakers on all different topics that are really useful and really practical to help people to grow and evolve and transform and access different parts of themselves and different parts of life that previously weren't otherwise kind of accessible. So big shout out to Jay Brown and to the Evo Room. You can look up Jay on Facebook, or just kind of type in Evo Room probably on Facebook, and something will probably pop up. Hashtag Evo Room, actually. That'll get you to all kinds of good stuff about them.
Evo Room.
Jay, thank you for taking the time to actually ask Adele and I some questions. It was really enjoyable to answer those questions.
Yeah, thank you so much. This has been a good experience, and I know that Corey and I both are just really jazzed around what's possible, what we're holding space to create. I feel it, I taste it. I'm looking forward to the weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see who's showing up and who's showing interest. So it's even more exciting finding out who's going to be in that weekend immersion with us.
So if you're watching this video live, then I'm going to put a link down here, post it in just a second. I posted a link also on the side for the property. If you're watching this video via recording, then right below this video there'll be a link to our event. Click the event. It's a Facebook event. and then at the bottom you'll see a link to an application, and the application is just 4 questions. Helps us better understand who you are and where you're coming from, and go ahead and fill out that application, and then we'll be getting back to people that fill out that application and letting the folks know that have been accepted, and then we can start to lock in those dates on your calendar, and you can just plan on being a part of our family and our community. And also, if you want to check out a link below, we'll have a link to the property itself, so you can see some pictures of this really gorgeous estate.
It's pretty nice. Ow!
That's awesome. Thank you too for having me and allowing me this opportunity to ask questions and to know more about what it is that you two are doing. It's awesome.
Yes.
You're amazing.
And thank you for anyone who's joined us. I mean, great way to spend your Sunday night.
Yeah, thanks for being with us tonight.
Yeah, that's amazing. So thank you.
All right, I think we're over and out. Yeah, Jay?
Aloha, yeah.
Everyone, if you're live, have a great evening. If you're watching this recorded, have a great whatever part of your day you're in. And just lots of outrageous evolutionary love to everybody.
And big juicy kisses.
Mwah. Love you guys. All right. Bye.
Bye.